Hi, beautiful souls. Hi, my name is Sadhana, for those of you that are new to my channel, and welcome. Welcome to my 40-day restorative yoga challenge, 40 inspirational messages. And today is about a Viparita Karani, so legs up the wall today. It's going to be a very relaxing 20 minutes or so of just kind of hanging out. And I'm going to guide you into this posture, give you a few different variations, and just really, it's going to be a beautiful practice of just letting go. So I just wanted to say that if you haven't seen the previous segments, today is day 9. Wow, it's going by really quickly. To take your time to go back and to view them one by one, 2 by 2, whatever feels right for you, but just really come into them without being rushed, so that you can linger and marinate and nurture yourself in each of the postures that I've offered so far. And it is my intention to offer 40 different ones, excluding Shavasana, which we have done many times. But I will also talk about some variations for Shavasana, variations on fish, things like that, that can really feel good when you come into your final relaxation. I've had a really busy day. I feel like I'm catching my breath here. So forgive me while I just kind of do that. What else do I want to say? So yeah, if you haven't been here before, please make sure that you are listening to your inner wisdom. If you have any questions, please either reach out to me through email, and I'm very happy to correspond with you that way, or we can chat below in the comments below. Or if you want to stay on afterwards and we can chat live, I'm happy to do that as well too. So welcome. I've been drawing a card today, different deck every single day, choosing the deck really depending on the weather, the vibrations, what I'm teaching, lunar cycle, it really depends. I kind of go with the flow. I have a large collection, so 40 decks is just a portion of the energy options in my cupboard. I posted yesterday on my community tab. So on YouTube, if you go to the homepage and you go to community, there is a post there of the last 4 days of the cards that were drawn, the inspirational messages. And so if you didn't get a close-up of the cards, which you probably don't because I'm so far away from the camera here, you can go there and have a look at the messages. It's really, really quite something how these messages are unfolding. So there's one post for day 1 to 4 and a second post for day 5 to 8. So yeah, so today is the Empathic Oracle. The artist is Michelle Motuzas. She has a couple of decks, the Shamanic Healing Oracle, and this one is done with Steve Wilson. It's a really pretty deck. And you know what this reminds me of? Summer and drawing chalk pictures on the sidewalk. And I must have done it as a kid, but doing it with my kids when they were young, so much fun. And sometimes I would go and get a coloring book and copy images, or we would just free hand mandalas all over the sidewalk. And at one point we lived in a strata complex, and oh my goodness, the strata was so upset with us. They didn't want chalk pictures all over the property, and that became a little contentious. But anyway, it reminds me of that. The freedom of chalk pictures, being able to draw whatever, or if you have that, that scene in Mary Poppins where Bert is drawing in the park. It's really lovely because anything can happen, right? And they get washed away and you start all over and the canvas is fresh. Yeah. So close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. And I am at home. There's lots of noises here. Children, dogs, power tools outside. So come into your breath and just listen for your breath. Turn inwards. What is it that you need clarity on today? What would you benefit most from in today's posture energetically? And that's the card that we'll choose. So this is for you. It's the summer card. So it's a beautiful, beautiful floral chalk picture. I have to laugh. I'm going to show you this. So maybe you are somewhere where you can do chalk paintings, but these cards are pretty special. I can't see if I've got it quite right, but yeah. So as I'm today in Viparita Karani, and this is not Viparita Karani, this is the restorative version of the pose. So legs up the wall, supported, relaxing legs up the wall. Go there, drift to summer, drift to beautiful summer experiences. Perhaps it's a recent memory or a childhood memory. And allow yourself to capture the nugget of that memory, the gold of that memory, and allow that to fill you with happiness and joy as you relax into this pose. Okay. All right. So variations on this pose and how to get into it. Well, first of all, ideally you have a wall space. So you can take your phone, you can take your laptop, move to a wall space, and try to give yourself a little bit of room, at least mat width plus a little bit more, because you need to come down and go up. And I'm going to show you how to do that. One of the variations that you can do, and we did this the day that we did the bridge pose, was to use a strap. And this, of course, is entirely optional. And one of the things I didn't mention when we were doing this with bridge pose was that for some people, this may create a sense of claustrophobia. And so straps are definitely out of the question for people who have claustrophobia. You want to make sure the straps are not on your joints and that the tabs of the straps are not pressing into your soft tissue, into your skin, into your muscles, things like that. You want to make sure the straps are positioned in a way that they're comfortable. So one of the options, so the legs are going to go up the wall, and we can use a strap just like we did in, I have two straps here, just like we did in bridge pose. Sorry, it's been a really big day. So that we don't have to focus and hold the legs together. And yeah, so this is not something I would necessarily do in a public class unless we were spending a long time, because actually getting into the straps takes a little bit of work. But if you're practicing this at home and you invest in yoga straps, so I'm moving the lower yoga strap around the largest part of my calf muscles. Also, a cushion, quite a solid cushion. So either your yoga bolster, which is one option. You can use a yoga block. You could use a smaller soft block. Or you could use something from the sofa that's quite dense. Possibly roll it up, because we're going to place something underneath our low backs. And the reason for that is to elevate the hips. And even if you elevate the hips just a little bit, it does make a significant difference in the way that the posture feels. This is a posture about bringing circulation back to all parts of the body. It's a great posture to practice after you've been traveling. At the end of the day, before you go to bed, it's a wonderful, wonderful reset button. So me and all my straps are going to scoot over here. And the way that you get into this posture is to bring your hips very close to the wall. So my right hip is right up on the wall. And that way your seat will be close to the wall. And then you lie back, extend your legs up the wall. And I can use the backs of my arms to scoot in even closer. Right, pretty much until I feel the baseboard touching my lower body. And then, if you haven't done this before, you want to experiment with a variety of props. And I'm going to place the yoga block on its lowest position, which is quite high actually for this one. And then I have to adjust my neck so that the chin is coming into the collarbones, right? So the back of the head feels nice and square here. And the shoulder blades. So just like in bridge posture, Shavasana, a lot of the times you come down onto the back, you really need to nudge those shoulder blades closer together and then rest. All you do is rest. So with the straps on my legs, I'm not going to be playing, which is something I love to do in this posture. I love to play and open my legs into a V position, into a straddle, and I forget sometimes that this is just a posture of reset, recharge, replenish, recirculate. And if you get up and you feel that the cushion, the block, the bolster that you have chosen is too high or too low, then you just come down, you simply bend your knees, you pick up your hips, remove the block, and come to a side into a fetal position, and then just readjust, and then come back up and join us when you're ready. If, for some reason, this posture gives you anxiety, or you feel when you come up into this position that your heartbeat begins to increase, try to stay. Focus on your exhale and just begin to soften. And I would suggest the first couple of times you do this, 5 minutes would be enough. But eventually you could stay for 20 minutes. And it would be just a really beautiful thing to do at the end of the day. Or like I said, when you're traveling and you arrive in your hotel room or you arrive at your destination after a long journey. And so I'm going to leave you in silence for a bit and just come to your breath. And then I will offer a breath sequence and a mantra. And I apologize if you can hear my overzealous 12-year-old daughter. She has no concept of how not how time travels, how sound travels. If you do need to come down, bend your knees, Remove the strap if you have a strap on. Lift your hips up, remove the block. Just come into a fetal position and curl up under a blanket or come into Shavasana. And know that that is just enough for today. So be aware of the deep breath in the chest. This is a back bend, among other things. And so the chest and the heart space, the energetic heart space, the area of the chest, the lungs. This is the focus, one of the focuses of this posture. So slow down the breath in this area. Long, slow exhale breaths. Using the whole right and left lung. Exhaling through the mouth if necessary. The mantra, the seed sound that supports the heart space, is the sound yum with a Y, yum. And beginning to play with and become familiar with these seed sounds can be a beautiful part of this slow internal practice to begin to feel these vibrations in your body, in your soul. And so you can repeat the mantra silently with your breath, or if you're comfortable doing aloud, go ahead and inhale yum and exhale yum. Inhale yum and exhale yum. And being upside down like this, it might be a little more challenging to do it aloud. So I would recommend internally, silently repeating it and feeling the effects of the yum in the heart space. Nice soft arms and wrists and hands. And soften your skin. Full awareness of breath in the chest with the option of adding the mantra yum. And if your legs are not bound, just soften and relax your legs. If they're slightly apart, that's fine. Just try not to play around on the wall. And I forgot about our card. Come now. Release the mantra. Release the mantra. Stay in the heart space, but come to a sweet, joyful memory of summer that's full of love. Something that makes you feel really happy and warm and loved. And take 11 long, slow breath cycles, just floating in and out of that memory of summer. Take one more big breath in. Big exhale. So to come out of the posture, we need to remove the support. So you can bring the soles of the feet to the wall, lift up the hips, remove the block, and gently bring the back down to the floor. You can simply just roll to a side, and you can hang out on your side and slide off. If you have bound your legs, you can slide off your straps. And you're more than welcome to come into Shavasana, fully resting the body down, lying on the floor. And whether you've come to a seat or you're lying down, just take a moment to really feel the effects of the practice. And know that legs up the wall is something that you can practice anytime, anywhere. And for those of you that had a little bit of trouble with the posture, then I would suggest that you add time gradually. So perhaps even just starting with 2 minutes or 3 minutes. You can set a timer on your phone and then come down. And then the next time try 4 or 5 minutes. And over time, I promise you, you will begin to really enjoy this posture with or without the straps. I practiced for years without ever binding my legs. And adding a strap is something quite new to my practice, but I really like it. So that's why I wanted to offer it to you today. So that's what we have for today. Reflections on summer and a relaxing legs up the wall. Stay well, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Namaste.